Hello, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. Welcome. What do you guys think? Should I open it like that? Maybe. Maybe that's what I need to do. So I found this, brochure, facts about fallout protection. And I thought we could just read the whole thing front to back. It was printed April of 1958, reprinted August of 1959. Executive Office of the President, Office of Civil Defense and Mobilization. Anybody know who the president was in April of 1958? That's right. You're so smart. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Facts about fallout protection. And you can see the picture here. There's a little bit of fallout falling on their house. And so they're down in the basement. Fallout. Fallout is tiny pieces of dust and debris which are made radioactive by nuclear explosions. When a hydrogen bomb is exploded close to the ground, thousands of tons of these tiny particles of dust and debris are sucked upward high into the air. They help form the mushroom cloud, which is always seen with one of these explosions. Here's a picture. This is like a bedtime story for really messed up kids. Some of this radioactive matter spills out of the cloud near the explosion. Most of it is carried by the wind for many miles. Eventually, it settles to the earth. It is called fallout and continues to give off radioactivity until it decays. Radioactivity is nothing new. The whole world is radioactive. But normal amounts of it are not dangerous. Only when radioactivity is present in large amounts does it become dangerous. Hydrogen bomb explosions create large amounts of radioactive fallout. Fallout could settle anywhere. Winds could carry it to every part of the country. You can seldom feel it. Often you can't even see it. And there's a picture of them getting sprinkled with fallout debris. But if you are exposed to too much of it long enough, it can make you seriously ill, even if the radioactive particles do not settle on you. It could kill you. A mass of material between you and the particles is needed for protection. Weather and radiological experts will estimate the path and speed of fallout after an attack. They will tell you how much time you have to protect yourself. If you don't get the word, play it safe. Seek the best available shelter if there has been a nuclear attack. They show, I honestly don't know what they're showing. They're showing I guess like a shortwave radio, and he's on a ladder, and they're saying, oh, well, here we go. They explain it to us. 640-1240, Connellrad. Your Connellrad radio stations at 640 and 1240 on your dial will keep you informed. Connellrad. Radiological monitors will measure the amount of fallout in your area. Local officials will tell you when the area is safe and when you may leave the protected area. But the basic responsibility is yours. Listen for the instructions of your local officials. Follow them carefully. There's a picture. Whether you are at home or away, seek the best available protection and stay there as long as you can or until advised to come out. The best protection is an underground shelter with at least 3 feet of earth or sand above it. 2 feet of concrete will give the same protection. If the shelter has an adequate door and an air filter, it will give you almost complete protection. And there's their fallout shelter. I'm not sure what that think these are air, but I'm not sure what this is. Maybe that's air too. An ordinary house without basement probably would cut the radiation in half if you stay on the first floor near the center of the house. Staying in a house basement will reduce your exposure to about 1/10 the outside exposure. If you can sandbag the basement windows, there will be a further reduction. If you arrange a basement refuge with a mass of material around and above you, as shown, you can reduce your exposure to about 1/100th of the outside exposure. Large buildings, apartments, or office buildings give good protection. Their masonry or concrete construction generally makes it harder for radiation to get through. Basements, inside rooms, or corridors are safest. Outdoors, a culvert that can be blocked off at the ends will furnish protection. A trench or ditch also will protect you if it can be covered quickly with 3 feet of earth or other heavy materials. So they show this picture of a guy and a woman have pulled off the side of the road and hidden in a culvert, and he's putting up a tarp. Remember, be prepared. The more dense material you put between yourself and the fallout, the better protected you are. This can be earth, sand, or other material. In a pinch, it can be a stack of books, magazines, newspapers, or filing cabinets. Fallout will sift into your house or shelter like dust. Stop up the doors and windows tightly. If you think you have been in a fallout area, wash yourself and your clothes thoroughly. If you can't wash your clothes and dispose of the water, leave your clothes outside. So they have a picture of them making us sandbags, taping up the windows, and taking a shower. Determine which is the safest area in your home or place of business. Decide what needs to be done to it to give you the best possible protection. Then do as much of this as you can now. Big bold letters. OCDM booklet MP15, The Family Fallout Shelter. I used to have that book. I don't know what I did with it. Which contains plans for 5 basic shelters, can be obtained free from your local civil defense office or from Box Home Shelter, Battle Creek, Michigan. Your shelter area should have space, enough to take care of your family for 2 weeks. Remember that you will need sleeping arrangements, food, and water. And here they show him setting up cots, and he has a bunk bed already set up. A 2-week supply of water and pre-cooked foods for your family. Plenty of fruit, juices, and water. Your family's favorite canned foods can be a morale lifter. Don't forget a can opener and a bottle opener. It's like a Twilight Zone if you got down there with all your cans and you didn't have an opener. So there's their food and water. Equipment. A battery-operated radio to receive official instructions if your power fails. An extra supply of batteries. An outside antenna may be necessary. An electric light, battery-operated, extra batteries. A first aid kit. Blankets and a bed and bedding. Stove for heat and cooking. Containers for garbage and human waste. Everything you need for a 2-week stay. And they show the radio and a couple of big flashlights, first aid kit, blankets, and waste baskets. Note: supplies and equipment should be stored in your shelter area. A hurried trip can be made outside of your shelter, but it should not be made unless it is absolutely necessary. In summary, fallout is dangerous. There are effective protective measures against it. The best protection comes from 3 feet of earth or other heavy material between you and the fallout. The best protection is planned and prepared in advance. The best protection is not good enough if you can't stay in your shelter area until you are told to come out. So they show them hunkering down in their shelter, playing checkers. I'm not sure what she's doing. Can't quite tell what they're doing. And then here the dad's trying to get the radio station in, and the kids are listening, and mom is sort of lurking in the background. 5 steps to safety. Learn. 1. Warning signals and what they mean. 2. Your community plan for emergency action. 3. Protection from radioactive fallout. 4. First aid and home emergency preparedness. 5. Use of Conelrad, CONELRAD, 640 or 1240 for official directions. For sale by the Superintendent of Documents, U.S. Government Printing Office, Washington 25, D.C. Price 10 cents. Executive Office of the President, Office of Civil and Defense Mobilization, April 1958. Reprinted August of 1959. U.S. Government Printing Office. So, that's interesting. There we have it, the fallout protection. Now if you take a DeLorean back in time, you know what to do. Thanks for watching.